How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. As we're only a couple days away from the 2018-19 NBA season, I'm finally happy to announce that I finally reached over 10,000 subscribers. So I want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. It's so amazing for me to be able to share my NBA basketball knowledge to you. I really enjoy it. But with that said, let's all get ready for the season, as here are my Western Conference predictions. Starting with the two-time defending champs Golden State Warriors with 61 wins as the number 1 seed, who got even stronger this offseason with the acquisition of DeMarcus Cousins, who won't likely play till after January. As KD will enter his 3rd season with Dub Nation, Golden State will just cruise through their competition, will take some nights off here and there. The Big Four will all likely play under 34 minutes a game, get well rested before the postseason, have added new reserves in Jonas Jerebko and Tyler Ulis, who can provide some spark off the bench. With everyone healthy, this team can go down as the greatest of all time. The number 2 seed, I'll go with the Houston Rockets with 57 wins, where Mike D'Antoni excels in the regular season. Most importantly, signing Clint Capella, who was absolutely vital for their success last season, came off averaging 14 and 11 with excellent rim protection. Won't be a surprise if Melo actually decides to come off the bench and continue to get buckets, as Eric Gordon's a better catch and shoot guy, put up 18 a game last season. Marquise Chris, who Phoenix quickly gave up on, will get easy lobs from Paul and Harden, aka Lob City 2.0. Brendan Knight, who missed all of last season due to a painful knee injury, a career 15-point average, still only 26 years old, so don't sleep on him. Michael Carter-Williams will have one last chance to prove himself in the NBA. Despite losing some of their defense like Trevor Ariza and Lupa Amute, I still believe Houston's just as good as last season. PJ Tucker's also back. I see Harden having another monster MVP caliber season with averages of 28.6 rebounds, 8 assists. The lineup of Paul, Harden, Gordon, Chris, and Capella will possibly Melo leading the second unit alongside Knight, Tucker, Nene, and Gerald Green. A pretty good team to say the least. The 3 seed, the Utah Jazz, 53 wins. Donovan Mitchell took the NBA by storm, will even look to elevate his game to another level. An excellent two-way player, can shoot the 3, go to the rim at will. A very quiet MVP candidate nobody's talking about. Rookie Grayson Allen's looking sharp in preseason, plays tough, a great energy guy who will infuriate the other team. Utah doesn't have the most talent, but plays very unselfishly, has a great system under head coach Quinn Snyder, won 48 games last season with Gobert missing 26 of them. Dante Exum, who just signed a 3-year extension, will likely finally be healthy for once, has a lot to gain this coming season. The 4 seed, I'll go with the Oklahoma City Thunder with 51 wins. Russ and PG will have a lot to prove this coming season. The team did the right move by dumping Melo's salary. OKC was a minus 58 with Melo in the playoffs. Dennis Schroeder is an excellent addition, will likely adapt to his 6-man role, put up almost 20 points over 6 times last season. The new addition of Nerlens Noel is a low-risk, high-reward guy who has one last chance to prove he's not a bust. Has very athletic young guards in Terrence Ferguson and Hamidou Diallo, who has nothing but upside. The team will be without Andre Robertson for the first 2 months recovering from injury. Once he's back, the Thunder will be an elite defensive team, and I do believe Sam Presti will make a big move at the trade deadline, snatching a solid stretch for power forward. The 5th seed, I'll go with the Denver Nuggets, 50 wins, who lost the final game of the season in the tiebreaker against the Timberwolves, missing the playoffs. Hasn't made it since 2013, but the team has many young assets in franchise center Nikola Jokic, strong backcourts of Gary Harris and Jamal Murray, all 3 under 23 years old, averaged at least 16.5 points last season. Wilson Chandler was their only real loss, but now has Isaiah Thomas, who will likely have his final chance to play for a max contract. He'll get them buckets. Took a risk on Michael Porter Jr. If healthy, can end up even possibly being the best player in this draft. Will look to start off strong, playing 10 of their first 15 games at home with many favorable matchups. Went 31-10 at the Pepsi Center. Struggled with a 15-26 road record last season, but those young guys will continue to get better. The 6th seed, the Los Angeles Lakers, 48 wins. The last time LeBron James won less than 50 games in the regular season was back in 07-08, winning 45 with Cleveland. With all the hype around purple and gold, you bet many teams will bring their A game playing against the Lakers. The West is a whole nother animal compared to the East, where LeBron can just toy with the Knicks and Nets 8 times a year. He'll have to play Golden State and Houston 4 times each. It'll take some time for the Lakers to get their chemistry together, with interesting pieces in Rondo, Stevenson, McGee, and Beasley. easily the most fascinating team to watch in my eyes. Brandon Ingram has many promising signs as a two-way player with his length and athleticism, possibly a 20-point scorer. Lonzo Ball will have to prove he can knock down the open jumper. LeBron will likely play off the ball more, score a lot of points, rebound at a high level, but he's still probably the only all-star on this team. The 7th seed, the San Antonio Spurs, 47 wins. The unfortunate news of DeJounte Murray tearing his ACL hurts big time. I was gonna predict they were going to win 50 games before that happened. We can all put the Kawhi Leonard drama aside, as many believe San Antonio's 21 straight postseason appearance is in jeopardy. But despite Leonard only playing 9 games, the team still won 47 games last season. Don't forget, Greg Popovich is a heck of a coach. At least they got an all-star player in return for Kawhi and DeMar DeRozan, who's an excellent scorer, the best player on a 59-win Raptors team last season. Rookie Lonnie Walker, who will be out for the first 2 months after a right meniscus tear, has plenty of potential. Aside from Golden State, San Antonio can still beat any team in the West on any given night. Finally, the 8th seed, the New Orleans Pelicans, finishing with 45 wins, just 2 wins short of last season. The loss of Rajon Rondo definitely hurts. Now that Elfrid Payton's the replacement, he'll have a lot on his shoulder running the point. Perhaps this is the season Anthony Davis might finally demand a trade. Everybody wants him to go to a contender, as the Pelicans are nowhere near a contending squad whatsoever. They do have new additions in Julius Randle, who will likely be their starting power forward, and Jahlil Okafor, whose NBA career will be on the line next season. The 9th seed, the Portland Trail Blazers, finishing with 41 wins, missing the playoffs. With the hilarious back and forth trash talk between KD and CJ about super teams this summer, Portland has one of the best backcourts, but the team is simply not good enough to contend. Lost their last 10 playoff games, don't have a reliable third option unless Zach Collins breaks out, but I still think he'll need more time to develop. Doesn't turn 21 until mid-November. Both Dame and CJ were very unhappy when the team simply let Ed Davis walk away. I won't be surprised if one of them demands a trade mid-season. The 10th seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or should I say the Minnesota Timberwolves, going 40-42. While we're still waiting for the Jimmy Butler news, a lot of things remains to be seen. The Wolves won't get too much for the 4-time All-Star. Andrew Wiggins has very questionable work ethic, didn't look very promising last season, put up less than 18 points, still very weak defensively. The team went 8-9 overall during Butler's absence. Karl-Anthony Towns, who has superstar potential, doesn't work well with Tom Thibodeau's system, who's now considered one of the worst coaches in the league, simply doesn't adapt. I won't be surprised if Thibodeau gets fired mid-season. The 11th seed, the Dallas Mavericks, going 38-44. The development of Dennis Smith Jr. and perhaps future NBA superstar Luka Doncic will continue to grow. The addition of DeAndre Jordan will allow them to compete and be competitive. After finishing with a terrible 24-58 record a season ago, the Mavs will look to send Dirk Nowitzki out the right way in likely his final NBA season. The 12th seed, the Memphis Grizzlies, going 37-45. Mike Conley will finally be healthy alongside Marc Gasol, where Memphis' front office believes the team can compete for a playoff spot, but both are over 30 years old, a little bit past their primes. The team won't get any worse than last season's 22-60 record. Rookie Jarrett Jackson has huge upside as a stretch 5. The 13th seed, the Los Angeles Clippers, with 27 wins. Without DJ, the best player right now is Tobias Harris, while they have a few solid trade pieces like Avery Bradley, Lou Williams, and Pat Bev, who should all be role players playing for contenders. The only good news for the franchise is hearing Kawhi might come after this season, but if Jimmy Butler ends up being traded here, the Clips will win 10 to 12 more games but still won't make the playoffs. The second to last seed, the Phoenix Suns, 26 wins. The most intriguing piece will be number 1 pick DeAndre Ayton, seeing if he has all the tools to become a future superstar big man, as Ayton and Booker are seen as the young cornerstones as the next Shaq and Kobe, but that's a long shot. Trevor Ariza and Ryan Anderson brings veteran leadership to the table, while Dragon Bender and Josh Jackson will need to improve. And of course, the worst team in the West, the Sacramento Kings, going 19-63. The franchise will miss the playoffs for the 13th straight season, will heavily rely on De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley to put up big numbers. They have a few young pieces, but still a long way from making it back to the playoffs. We'll have the chance for the number 1 pick in 2019. Once again, my Western Conference standings predictions: Golden State as the clear number 1 seed, 61 wins, Houston number 2, 57 wins, Utah 53, OKC 51, Denver 50, the Lakers 48 wins, out in the first round or no? San Antonio 47, New Orleans 45, Portland 41 wins, Minnesota 40, followed by Dallas, Memphis, the Clippers, Suns, and Kings. Thank you so much for watching this video. What are some of the surprises that you think will happen in the Western Conference? Is anybody going to be able to stop Golden State? What seed will LeBron's Lakers finish? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe to my channel. More great stuff coming soon. See you next time.